Hey all, Kamaljeet Mak here today to speak about how to score better in your advanced level accounting exam. Most of my students are asking what is the areas we need to focus on to score better in our A-level exam and how we can do that, and I'm going to explain you the entire stuff in this video. So watch the full video so you will get a complete understanding, and don't go for exams without watching this video, because this is going to be very useful even if you are a smart kid, or even if you are an average kid, or maybe even low average who is not performing well in your exam. This can help you out. So before we move on to our video, I want you to remind what is Commerce with Mac. Commerce with Mac is a YouTube channel which educates students in accounting, economics and business studies, and also provide them commerce related guidance, pathway, career guidance videos also I used to upload in this YouTube channel. Recently I have started to educate you all how to earn revenues in YouTube in this channel. So hope you will like these videos, and also do not forget to subscribe my channel. Comment what are the other videos you need. This is a video I'm uploading because one of our student has requested. You can see the students. You can see the particular person's comment here, and I have uploaded this video because of personal request of few students. You also have any videos request, you can also comment, so I will be uploading in future. So let's start with the first one. What are the things you need to know when it comes to advanced level scoring point? The first one I'm going to explain you is about know your content. Most of the students doesn't know what are they studying first of all. So if you have the enough resources, if you have the resource what you need to focus on, that will be more helpful for you to score better in your A-level exam. So when I say know your content, it's about syllabus knowledge. In chapter in grade 12, you need to have 12 chapters, and you need to have a thorough understanding about those 12 chapters. In grade 13 you have 6 chapters, you need to have a thorough understanding about the 6 chapters, because 18 chapters comprising of accounting. So knowing these content, what are the chapters are there in accounting, and what are the areas we can focus on, because most of the students who do the exams, they doesn't know how many chapters basically in accounting exam. And I also added the link in description where I have put the website. You can download the A-level accounting notes, and also I have uploaded in a previous video how to download A-level accounting notes. You can go to that particular video, and download the particular notes you wanted to get ready for your advanced level exam. The second thing I want to speak about, papers, practice past papers. Now if you ask me a question, if any student asks me a question that can we start past papers without learning, without learning the content, without knowing what is debit and credit. Remember guys, the basic of accounting is the debit and credit, which is on first 3 chapters of your accounting A level. So if you have a thorough knowledge on how to debit the product and why you credit the point, you can easily score in your exam. So you need to have a debit and credit clear understanding, because the double entry is the basic stuff, and if you know the basic stuff properly, then of course you can score better in your exam. So to do past papers, you don't want to know the entire syllabus. Knowing about the debit and credit, which is the double entries chapter, first 3 chapters is more than enough. You can start past papers. Now you might have a question, sir, when I do past papers, if I do not know the format like past partnerships, companies, or maybe overhead accounting, how do I know that? The format is going to be similar. So when you are practicing the papers, 10 years of papers, you will find out the same format is being repeated. So when you do it again and again, it will go to your head. And it's not rocket science, guys, it is accounting. So it's very easy for you to score. The third thing I want to speak is about attempting MCQs than paper 2. Now most of you might have known that accounting is scored with 400 marks. 200 they allocate for your paper 1, and 200 they allocate for paper 2. So now let me make it simple. Your 30 MCQs and 20 OTQs is carrying you 200 marks, and 30 MCQs, which is 1 MCQ, is carrying you 4 marks. So 1 MCQ into 30 is going to give you 120 marks. So if you can score in that area, which is the MCQ area, at least 25, 30 or maybe 20, you can score 80 marks out of your 400 mark paper. And also if you score in your OTQ 10 OTQs properly, you can easily pass your A-level paper, because you need to have 160 to pass your A-level paper. Of course, if you score 30 minimum in your MCQ paper, you can still score you can still score 40 marks in your paper 2. So it's easy for a student who needs to pass the exam. And if you are a student who needs to outfit your knowledge to make your exams better, then of course you need to understand that you need to practice as much as possible. As I said that again, for the students who are focusing on getting an A, you should always attempt MCQs much better than paper 2. So now, how do I attempt MCQs? What are the ways I need to develop my skills in attempting MCQs? Let me explain you. Attempt MCQs with questions which is very difficult for you to understand, and understand the scenarios why this particular point is coming on this way. And guys, there are students who also study accounting. They also study accounting by memorizing. Don't study accounting by memorizing, because accounting is a subject you need to do it from your heart and also from your soul. So you should give it your maximum by your brain, not from by heart. Memorizing the stuffs. So we move on to the next part. Now there's another thing. Which question I should select in my accounting exam? So now, if I explain you guys, in accounting everything is important, to be honest. So you need to do all 18 questions, 18 chapters questions. So when I say which questions you should start, I will say always start with the comfortable question, because comfortable questions will put you a grip on the paper, and start doing with the comfortable area. For example, if you are going to score on question number 2, if you feel convenient, you can start from that point. If you feel in paper 2, you can start with question number 6, you can start from that point. There's no application that you should start by question number 1, question number 2. There's no hierarchical order you should follow. So if you feel something is convenient for you, you can start from the place where you wanted to. And there are also a few questions we get: how to score by drawing format. Do accounting examiner gives marks for giving the format? Do examiners provide you an exact mark for pointing out which points and just drawing the formats? Remember guys, for drawing the format you do get marks if you can score the areas. Like for example, when you put the proper formats and properly if you mention, you will at least get out of 40. For example, if you are doing companies, you will at least get 4 to 8 marks by applying the correct format and recording the correct terms in the correct places. Now, if you do not know the entire part of the format, if you do not particularly practice on the format, you should be focusing on that, because if you do not, it's doing the sum is the second thing, but presenting it is the first thing. So you need to present your questions, present your answers by the questions they ask. So companies is tested in all the papers, partnership is tested in all the papers, so overhead analysis is tested in all the papers. The certain questions are always repeated, and it will be must, it is a must which is repeated. So this type of questions you can know the format and write down the format to score some points. If you do not know anything in the paper, write the format and record something out of the paper. The next thing I wanted to explain you, from the drawing of the format, do you get marks by recording? Of course guys, you get recording marks, and you don't get marks for some students think that when I balance my sum is exactly correct, so I should focus on balancing. My humble request for you, do not worry about balancing the sum. If you do not get the sum balanced, you don't get zero, you don't get marks for balancing the sum. You get marks in accounting for recording the sum. So what students think is, okay, if I balance my sum only, my sum is correct, so I should balance my sum somehow. And my friend's figure is this, in exam hall sometimes some students also have a conversation, but I'm saying this, never have a conversation in exam hall, even like copying or illegal work, don't carry it out. In exam hall, focus on your methodological knowledge, and also use your analytical knowledge to use it properly to score better. Never believe anyone when it comes to accounting paper. With my experience, I'm saying for you all. Okay, so the next thing is, do we use a calculator for our advanced level accounting exam? And what type of calculator you need to take when it comes to a basic one which has no scientific calculation programming method? So it's a basic one, like a basic Casio. Casio would be a good calculator which will be more helpful for you to score better in your exams. And then adjustments, like which adjustments I need to focus on, and how do we practice with the adjustment. So you all need to understand that if you practice with the adjustments, you need to practice one by one. Like for example, if you take company's account, there are like 10 questions, and these adjustments you can know it is a revenue adjustment, property plant equipment adjustment, disposal adjustment. Also you can know it is a contingency asset or contingent liability adjustment, prepayments and accrual adjustments. So these adjustments you can categorize, and you can focus on those adjustments. That will give you a lot of marks, because if you practice adjustment in papers than doing the question, if you do not have time, if you are watching this video, most probably you will be having exams tomorrow or day for tomorrow. So at that time you need to know that Okay, so if I don't have enough time, I should not go and do the entire company account. Take your past paper with your hand and also start doing the adjustments in a paper. Don't do the entire company and waste your time, because some students think that if I do 3 hours entire company's exam and practice for 3 days, I can score better. No, it's not like that. If you can learn the adjustments and quickly learn what are the techniques, that's more than enough. And you don't want even to rough it in the paper. But why I'm saying you need to rough these things in paper, because that will give you a good memorizable knowledge, and that will save things in your heart very easily and your brain. So let's move on to the next topic I want to speak is about where should I spend much time in exams. Most of the students have this question, like, I'm stuck in certain areas and how do I score better, and what is the should I do the entire sum and move on to the next one, or should I complete this sum and think about doing the next one. I always advise for students, if you don't have too much time in your advanced level exam, so you have a limited time. So with the limited time, you need to take maximum advantage of the timings what they have given in your exams. So 3 hours and 10 minutes is your time you get in exam, so you should be very careful with the timings you use. So my concern, if you are stuck in one question, move on to the next one and start doing it up. And remember, don't take questions which you are getting stuck. If you are not comfortable with that question, please do not do that. Go for the other one. And it's not a mandatory thing you should go in the order as I said on the particular part of the first part of this video. So you can start where you are comfortable. And then how do I use my reading time? This is another question which we get. You get 10 minutes in your paper 2 and you don't get time in your paper 1. So paper 1 you should start doing it the moment they give the paper. Paper 2 you should have 10 minutes. So 10 minutes allocated, which first of all go to company accounts. My request, see the adjustment which is very comfortable, where you can finish it off. If the adjustment is very difficult and you don't understand, then keep company accounts to a side. Go, because company accounts give you 40 marks. The same similar way, other 4 accounts also going to give you 40 marks. So out of 6, you need to select 5. So all you are going to get is 200. It doesn't mean that you need to start with companies itself. If you feel like you can start with overhead, or you can start with salary sheets, or you can start with VAT accounting, with the debtors control account or creditors control account. So where you are comfortable at, you should start from that point. So these are the things I wanted to speak on this video, and I have given you everything in this video. So these are the tips, the basics tips to follow in your advanced level account exam. And I have also attached the link in the description how to score better in your advanced level business studies exam. In future, I'll be coming up with good videos and good contents you all are asking under the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel and also help you out to put more videos into this content. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you.